Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood RV salesman, Mike at RV Connection. Today we are checking out the 2025 Coachmen Catalina 261BH. Couple of things to do when you get set up at your campsite. First and foremost, we always need power, whether it's plugging into a generator or plugging into a pedestal. We want to go ahead and plug in, that way you can raise your jacks up and down in the front. You can turn ACs on and let things cool down as you get set up. That's always important. This, just like any other one we have looked at, is going to be a twist lock. So very important to make sure you twist it once you get it plugged in there to avoid any intermittent amperage issues. Next, you're going to hook up your sewage system. There's nothing more annoying when you go to use the toilet and your sewer hose isn't connected. Now your whole campsite smells like boo-boo. So you're going to come over here. Catalina's made it nice and simple. There's one drain, so you don't need multiple sewer hose kits. Just hook it on here, and just like this cap, your sewer hose will have angled corners on it, so you can lock it in. That way, if there's any high winds or anything, there's nothing to worry about. It's going to stay connected. Then you have your two gate valves here. They're conveniently colored to the tank that they go to, and you can open them individually so it's not all coming out at once. Next, you're going to want to hook your water to your camper. Now, there's two different ways to do this. If you are at an RV park, nice and simple, you're going to come over here to your city water connection, and you're just going to screw this nut down around the end of the water hose. That will use the water pressure from the park's water system, which means you don't need to cut on your water pump inside. That's usually the easiest option. For those of you folks that like to go out in the middle of nowhere though, you're going to want to fill your fresh water tank so you can have some water since there's no hookups available. You'll just come over here to your fresh water connection, put the hose right in here, and it will fill your tank. Do keep in mind, when you do use that option, you will want to occasionally go inside while it's filling and check your monitor panel to avoid overfilling your tank. Next, you're going to want to unpack anything you might have stored in this exterior pass-through storage compartment. Could be folding chairs, could be a picnic table, anything you throw in there. Generally want to go ahead and get it set up. That way you can get to relaxing. No one wants to go camping to have to constantly move around and complete tasks. You go to be lazy, kick back and relax. So make sure to go ahead and unpack everything all at once when you're getting set up. Come on inside and I'll show you what you need to do to get ready in there. First thing you want to do, seems really silly, but some people forget. You're going to want to turn on your exterior light switch here and your interior light here. Now, I know what you're wondering. Why am I going to turn the exterior lights on? You never know what you might miss when you're looking your camper over, and it is always a good idea to look it over for any possible damage when you get parked from a trip. So once you get there, you cut that on. That LED lighting for your awning will come on, and that'll make it a little easier to check up at the top of your walls. That way you can see if anything's bounced off your camper. Typically it doesn't, but better to be safe than sorry. It's hot outside. This is Oklahoma, or you might even be in Texas where it's even a little hotter. You're going to want to cut this AC on so while you're getting set up, your camper can start to cool down to the temperature that you prefer. So you'll come over here, you'll turn it on, which is down here on the bottom. It's a little flick switch, and then you'll select the mode. Cool, heat, whichever you need. Whether it's furnace in the winter or AC in the summer will be controlled from right here. And then you're going to set your fan to whatever mode. I recommend auto so that it will kick off once it reaches temp, and that's both for heat and air conditioning. You can also change the temperatures here with the plus and minus symbol. Last but not least, double check your fridge. Now, 9 times out of 10, everything's going to be fine because your 7-way charge cable that's using your truck's alternator will have powered this fridge. And you can also install solar if you'd prefer. If you look behind here, you do have prep for solar already done on this Catalina 261BH. So if you get a panel installed, that 200-watt panel will be enough to keep the fridge cool in the event something happens to your tow cable. But you're going to want to come over here once you get everything opened up and set up. Go ahead and do a feel test. Make sure you touch those shelves, and you might even want to do it with the freezer up here too, just to make sure that your fridge is cooling and has stayed cool throughout your trip. If you go 10 minutes down the road, it's not a big deal, but sometimes you go on a trip that's out of state, 3, 4, 8 hours away. You want to make sure that that's been cool the whole time because you don't want to eat any food if it has been spoiled. So come in here, touch the shelves, make sure everything's still cooling properly. And if you don't see any lights cut on either, that also means there may be an issue. You'll want to double check that. Guys, this is the 2025 Coachmen Catalina 261BH. This is Mike at RV Connection. We hope to get you camping in a Catalina real soon.